Good morning, everyone. Today we're going to use all those multiplication division facts that you memorized to learn a new math concept called long division. Long division has 5 basic steps: divide, multiply, subtract, bring down, and repeat. You're going to use this long division process anytime that you're working with numbers that are too big to be divided in your head. For example, we have 7 divided by 3. You can look at this problem and pretty quickly tell that your answer will be 2 with a remainder of 1, because you know that 2 times 3 is 6, and that just leaves 1 more left over. But what if all of a sudden instead of 7, you're working with a larger number like 735, for example? Then all of a sudden this isn't quite so easily worked out in your head, and we'll want to look at the 5 steps to long division to help us solve this problem. So let's look at step number 1, which is to divide. Now I've already said we can't so easily divide 735 by 3 in our head. So we're going to break this up into smaller division problems. And we'll start by looking at the first number that we're dividing, which is 7. So instead of 735 divided by 3, we'll look at 7 divided by 3. Now we've already said that we know that 7 divided by 3 is 2. So we've completed step 1 already. Step 2 is to multiply. You'll always multiply your number and your answer times the number that you're dividing by. So we'll put a multiplication symbol right here to help us keep track of which numbers we want to multiply. Okay, so 2 times 3 gives us 6. Now we're moving on to step number 3, which is to subtract. You want to find your remainder by subtracting your 6 from the number you're dividing, which is 7. So 7 minus 6 leaves us with 1. Now step number 4 is to bring down. We want to bring down the very next number in our division problem, which is our 3. So we bring it all the way down and put it right next to this 1 remainder that we had. Now all of a sudden you'll notice instead of a 1, we have a 13 here. So let's look at step number 5 and see what to do next. We want to repeat our process. So that means we're going to go all the way back to step number 1 and start there one more time, which is division. We want to always divide the number that's underneath the division sign. In this case we have 13. So 13 divided by 3 is 4. Looking down to step number 2 again is to multiply. Again, we're multiplying the number in our answer times the number that we're dividing by. 4 times 3 is 12. Down to step number 3, we're subtracting that 12 from our 13. That leaves us with 1. Step number 4 is to bring down again. We have one more number to bring down, and that's our 5. We'll bring it all the way down and put it beside our 1. That gives us 15 now. Step number 5 is to repeat the process again. We've brought down another number, so we're repeating our process again. Step number 1, divide. We always divide our number underneath the division sign. So we have 15 divided by 3, which gives us 5. So we're putting 5 up here in our answer. Step number 2 is to multiply. Again, we're multiplying our number in our answer times the number we're dividing by. So we have 5 times 3 gives us 15. Now we're looking at step number 3, which is to subtract. And 15 minus 15 gives us, of course, 0. Step number 4 is to bring down, but we already said we have no more numbers to bring down, so no more processes to repeat. Our problem is complete. 735 divided by 3 is 245. If you know your multiplication tables and this 5-step process to long division, you can work any division problem no matter how large the numbers.